Mason County Friends of the Parks is raising money to install artificial turf on 2 baseball and softball fields at Mason County Recreation Area. Friends of the Parks is a nonprofit organization dedicated to providing outstanding parks and recreation opportunities and preserving natural resources in the county. The Friends of the Parks believe that recreation such as baseball tournaments bring in many teams and sports fans. They in turn spend money locally through lodging, restaurants, and retail establishments. Already, 2 ball fields at the recreation area have artificial turf infields. Monte Ritter, one of the 5 members of the Mason County Friends of the Parks board, explains the advantages of artificial turf.
We're trying to make those all-weather turf fields, and for everybody who knows, we have 2 of those right now, and we're excited. They're nice fields. They don't have rainouts. When you get a tournament of a whole bunch of people coming to town, you know, they don't want to sit there and find out they can't play. But when they come to town, they can have their tournament, and they have a few hours between games and stuff. You get people going out there and seeing Mason County, showcasing the jewel that's Mason County.
A Mason County budget shortfall leaves the group with raising money to match a state recreation grant of $165,000. That means the Friends of the Parks have to raise $165,000 in pledges of money or donations of labor and materials. Friends of the Parks board member Neal says upgrading the 2 fields with artificial turf will put them in the big leagues for tournament play.
I think this puts us on par with a lot of the other more prominent parks, you know, the more prominent ball fields. When you talk about the softball, you know, the adults that play softball, or the kids that play tournament balls, you know, they talk about Sprinkler Field. And that is a mega complex. But this gets us on par with that, you know, and we'll be bringing people in from the Bremerton area.
Ritter talks about how the artificial turf keeps dry during the rainy days of spring and fall.
If you look at the orange part of the turf, that's the all-weather turf. What makes it so interesting is that if you look at it, it's kind of nice and soft, and it's really good for the athletes. But underneath this is a tiny round rock, and that's the top course of this aggregate. And then underneath that is a larger tiny round rock, a specific size, a specific shape.
The artificial turf infields have proven to be a positive addition to the ball fields.
A year ago, we only had 1 day where it was coming down so hard they could not play. So you can take Mason County rain and dump it away.
To donate, go to the Friends website at mcfop.org or send checks to Mason County Friends of the Parks at 111 Skookum Drive, Shelton, Washington, 98584. It looks pretty rough right now, but someday the Mason County Friends of the Parks want this field to look like this field. I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber One News.